Well, the weather outside isn't getting frightful quite yet when it comes to the winter cold. Not yet, but this next recipe should be delightful either way. OSU med student Abby Davis joins us once again this morning in the Air Comfort Solutions kitchen to talk about some Cozy Chorizo Chili. Welcome back, Abby.
Thank you for having me back.
So since you are a med student, I just always try to ask you, how are things going in med school?
They're still going great. Rotations are still very fun. Been back and forth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Yukon, and just trying out new things, experiencing new things.
Do you have an idea of what you may want to go into in terms of specialty yet?
I'm still really interested in general surgery. Psychiatry is up there, and I still love little ones and older people. It's just a big mix, but we'll see.
That's great. Yeah. And so how much schooling do you have left?
Ooh. Closer than farther, I can finally say.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, no, that's really something. About a year and a half.
Awesome.
Year and a half, I'll be done.
Well, it's closer than you think.
Yeah,
and we thank you for taking your time. I know you all are super busy in med school, so let's just get right to it. What do you love about this style of chili?
Well, for one, the previous 2 times that I did a recipe here, it was kind of diet-based. We had the Mediterranean diet in the spring, and then we talked about low glycemic index in the summer. And I wanted to talk about, since we are fall and the weather's becoming frightening, holidays are coming, family fun things, I wanted to talk about how comfort foods are also important for our health. I'm a big believer in, you know, feeding our soul as well as our body. And so I think that there's a way to have these cozy foods and pack some nutrition in as well.
Okay, so some of the ingredients that we have, I wanted to start with, is this vegan chorizo, right?
Yes.
Describe vegan chorizo
yeah,
to me.
So I have it here. It's a little interesting, I will say. I mean, is this weird to pick it up?
No, it's not. Please do.
I mean, it looks the same as like normal chorizo. It's in a little casing and everything, but it's soy-based. And so it's just a way, whether you might be transitioning into a veggie diet or you're just curious, you might be trying to cut out meat. It's a nice way to have that same experience, but plant-based. It tastes awesome. Very carnivore approved by many friends, so
okay,
it's a pretty
awesome.
cool little ingredient.
How do we make it?
Okay, so we start with some onions, garlic, jalapenos if you want, and we let that saute for a while. I also like to cut up and bake a sweet potato beforehand to throw in at the end. And then we have lots of spices. We actually throw in cocoa and cinnamon as well.
Okay.
In this recipe I have. It sounds a little weird, but it makes it really warm and cozy. We have red chili flakes, cayenne, paprika, chili powder. And I like to add in kale and sweet potatoes as well.
I'm curious about the spices and seasonings because I know a lot of us may be trying to cut back on sodium.
Right.
Do you feel like seasoning things the correct way or in a good way would help reduce salt intake? Could that?
Oh yeah, I think sometimes with salt, like, I mean, we're humans and we're craving flavor, and salt kind of does that for us. And a little bit of salt is fine, but maybe not for everyone with certain health concerns. And so I think adding some spice gives us that big flavor satiation without having to throw a lot of salt on top.
One of the things I love is even just like the garnish on top. We love avocados in our house.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, we kind of do like the Tom Brady avocado toast thing, okay? But what do you love about avocados? What is good for us in terms health-wise of avocados?
Oof, there's just some good fats in there. It is definitely true that not all fats are bad, and they also, I feel like they just fill me up for a good amount of time. They're very satiating. We have good omegas in there, and yeah, they're just a great thing to top on a lot of what you eat. They go with a lot.
Okay, how about the sweet potatoes? Tell me the difference why you would use maybe a sweet potato versus just a regular white potato, a russet, an Idaho, whatever.
Sure, I will say I think white potatoes get a little bit of a bad rap.
Yeah, me too. I love potatoes.
You know, they have so much potassium. They have a lot of potassium.
Oh, yeah?
But maybe, I don't know, sweet potatoes, people think generally are a little bit healthier because they have so much beta-carotene, you know, that orange flesh. We have maybe a little bit more vitamins and minerals packed in there, and just are a great source of fiber to help with your digestion. And did you know kale, a cup of kale,
yes, I was going to ask you about this next.
It has about 3 grams of protein in a cup of kale.
Because we think of protein as a lot of people coming from meat and meat only. I can get my protein by eating meat, but there's a lot of sources of protein, aren't there?
For sure. And for a leaf, I think 3 grams is kind of impressive. Not huge, but impressive for a leaf.
Color me impressed, for sure. So chorizo chili, how do we finish it off? Does it take any baking or simmering, especially with the sausage? Can we use the sausage as is? Do we have to bake this?
Oh yeah, sausage is ready to go because it's plant-based. It's just like tofu kind of thing. And so I baked the sweet potato. All the other ingredients, including the beans, is thrown into a pot, cooked for 30 minutes to an hour if you're just hanging out on low. And then the rest of the stuff can just be thrown in.
Okay, well, with the cold weather coming, a chorizo chili sounds great. Abby Davis, again, thanks for coming and good luck with the rest of your studies. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.